If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about making the move to Santa Barbara. Whether you want to escape the big cities of LA, San Francisco, New York, whether you want to live right by the beach so you can go surfing every afternoon after work, whether you're tired of scraping your car in cold winters, there's a lot of different reasons to come to Santa Barbara to call it home. My name's Avi Becker. For the past 8 years, I've helped a lot of people move from all across the United States, even internationally, to come right here to Santa Barbara and call this beautiful city home. I wanted to make this video to give you the ultimate guide of what it really takes and the things you need to know way before you even call the movers or pack the U-Haul. This video is for you if you're ready to move to Santa Barbara, so let's dive right in. So let's start out with what makes Santa Barbara so unique. The first point obviously we have to talk about is the Mediterranean climate and vibe here. It's 70 degrees and sunny almost year round. It almost feels like that. Sometimes we have a little bit of a rainy season, and sometimes in the summers it will break 100 degrees, usually not for more than a week. So we have people coming here who are visiting from Texas to escape the heat in the summer. We have people coming from the snowy states in the winter to get out of the snow. And Santa Barbara, for being a town of 90,000 people, we have world-class restaurants. There's Michelin star restaurants. There's so many amazing things to do. And while we're not quite Los Angeles with maybe a different thing to do every night of the week and a different activity even on a Wednesday night, there's still action-packed schedules here, whether you're looking for film, restaurants, nights out, live music. For a town of only 90,000 people, we punch well above our size. Another super important aspect we have to mention when it comes to living in Santa Barbara is the community aspect. It's such a tight-knit community, and whether you're running into people you know downtown, whether you're meeting people for the first time out in the water, a lot of people move to Santa Barbara because it's an incredible tight-knit community. We even have a club called the Santa Barbara Newcomers Club, which is a very opening and welcoming club to those people who are moving here, whether they're retirees, whether they're moving here for a job. I've never lived in an area that is so welcoming, and it really makes you feel like even if you're just here for the first time or not knowing that many people, you're gonna have no issue making new friends. So next, let's talk about where people actually live in Santa Barbara. Let's start a little bit north, Goleta. That's about 15 minutes north of downtown Santa Barbara, right up the 101. And in Goleta, you usually have a little bit bigger properties that are a little less per square foot than Santa Barbara proper. Great community where you're right next to UC Santa Barbara. There's fantastic schools, a lot of coastal access and areas with the beach. There's even hiking trails that are right up there. A lot of, even if you go a little bit north of Goleta, you're gonna see orchards, whether it's growing avocados, oranges, fruit and citrus. There's a lot of really cool communities up in Goleta, and a lot of people like to be there, one, for the schools aspect, or if they want some more space. Let's talk about next downtown Santa Barbara. That is where I live. I love being downtown, even though the properties are a little bit smaller, whether you're in a duplex or triplex or an apartment or a multi-unit or a downtown condo, you're super walkable, bikeable. You can jump out and just go grab about anything in 5 or 10 minutes, whether it's on foot or on your bike. We have the downtown Santa Barbara farmers markets on Tuesdays and Saturdays. There's so much to do living downtown. Even though you might have a little bit less space, it'll be a little bit more foot traffic and maybe a little bit more noise depending on where you are. If you want to be somewhere where you can just strike to the shops, the restaurants, even to the beach, downtown Santa Barbara is a great option. One of Santa Barbara's most popular neighborhoods is the Mesa. The reason the Mesa is so popular is right on the beach. It's a coastal community, and there are houses that are good lot sizes, good schools, solid family neighborhood. Also, a lot of retirees are in the Mesa, depending on what part of the Mesa you're in. There's even pockets of the Mesa that have ocean views. So if you want to be in Santa Barbara proper and have big ocean views, there's only a handful of neighborhoods that check those boxes, and the Mesa is very popular. It's hard to beat living in the Mesa, where you could come home, grab your surfboard, head out to the ocean, or just walk to the beach and take Saturday to really enjoy the sun and the beautiful weather we have. We for sure cannot skip Santa Barbara's luxury neighborhood, Montecito, where oftentimes you might be running into celebrities or high net worth individuals, even just walking the beaches. Santa Barbara's high-end community, Montecito, is known to house people like the Royals, Oprah, so many others to name. And obviously, if you're looking for a house that's 10 million plus, that's a great place to look. Whether you want a huge estate with privacy, whether you want an area that's close to the beach in an ultra amazing neighborhood, whether you want somewhere that has ocean views up in the Montecito Hills a little bit, is another great option. Montecito is for those people that want privacy, serenity, incredible architecture, and want to live in that exclusive neighborhood. The last one I want to touch on is Carpinteria, also known as the world's safest beach. It's a small beach town that's part of Santa Barbara County, but technically a little bit separate. It's about a 20-minute drive, unless you hit a little bit traffic, which can make it 30 minutes. That's south of Santa Barbara. Amazing shops, really cute streets. There's a lot of communities there that are both for primary users, and a lot of people buy property in Carpinteria who want a second home or a summer home or a vacation home. It's an amazing little gem, and if you haven't visited before and you visited Santa Barbara proper, I highly recommend you check out Carpinteria. Okay, this is where it gets real. I want to talk about what you'll actually pay. It depends on the community, it depends on the property type. Obviously, there's no cookie cutter answer to this, but right now, if you're looking at a single family house in Santa Barbara, our average prices are about 1.6 to upwards of 2 million for an average home. That's something that's, needs some work potentially, depending on the size. Obviously, there's condos and there's other options for less than that. Usually it's hard to find, let's say, a 2-bedroom condo that's in good condition. Anything under $1 million in our market is pretty difficult to find, but there are 1-bedrooms that come up, a little bit under 600,000 sometimes. There are options that are more affordable. When we're looking at rentals, a 2-bedroom that's in a good area downtown, you're probably looking at paying $3,500 to $4,000. There are some 1-bedroom options that are maybe $2,000, $2,200. There are other good options, and there's sometimes deals both in the rental market and both in the for sale market. I have a video that's completely dedicated to how to find a rental in Santa Barbara. Feel free to check that one out. And also, if you're enjoying my content, I would so appreciate a like and subscribe. It really helps me reach new people and help people move to Santa Barbara. Let's talk about the day-to-day life here in Santa Barbara. I touched on this earlier, but I want to talk about it again. A huge reason that people love living here is the minimal traffic. Whether you're going from downtown to Goleta, which usually takes about 15 minutes, to the airport, about 15 minutes as well. Whether you're somewhere like here on Upper State Street and trying to go back downtown a little bit south, that takes about 10 minutes. Everything is a quick strike. So much areas are bikeable, walkable, easy to strike, and that's a huge reason that people love being here. You wouldn't be taking advantage of living in Santa Barbara if you didn't love something about the outdoors, whether that's even just playing tennis or beach volleyball, hiking, surfing, swimming, the triathlon culture, biking. If you love the outdoors, if you love being active, Santa Barbara is a great place for you. A lot of people move here because they want to have that active lifestyle. They want to play pickleball in December outside. They want to be able to swim in an outdoor pool in February. Santa Barbara is a very active town. We have incredible gyms. A lot of our scene has to do with being outside and being active. So I touched on this earlier, but not only do we have incredible restaurants and incredible farmers markets, but we are truly one of the hubs for wine. So if you love healthy food, great wine, ocean breeze, and outdoor lifestyle, this place is for you. So let's move on now to the pros and the cons of living in Santa Barbara. Definitely something important to weigh in. I have a full in-depth pros and cons video as well on my channel if you want to check that out. But the pros for living here, for sure, the weather, the lifestyle, the people, the beauty, and the nature. The cons are truly, number one con is the cost of living. And that's what I try to help my clients with, is finding options that work for them, whether it's a rental, whether it's a property that they're gonna buy. Another con is definitely sometimes it's too small for people that want to be in that city lifestyle. If they've moved here and they've always been used to a city, Santa Barbara can feel a little bit too small. One thing I want to touch on as well is our job market is surely limited compared to a Los Angeles, compared to a San Francisco. A lot of people are coming here these days working remote. If you have a great working remote situation, Santa Barbara can be an awesome option. We have multiple co-working places that are great for options like that, where you can still have that kind of office community feel. But the job market here in Santa Barbara, at least, is ultra competitive, and it's definitely smaller than a big city. Let's talk about the mistakes and things to avoid when it comes to moving to Santa Barbara. The number one, both if you're looking for a rental and a place to buy, is the lack of planning and assuming that it's gonna happen quick. Finding a rental in this town can take months. It can take multiple applications. Oftentimes a great rental can have 2, 5, 10 applications. It's hyper competitive. So having someone that's here local that can explain the areas and can give you an understanding of the timeline. And me and my team, we even have a letter of recommendation that we can help our clients with to help them stand out against other applications. When it comes to buying a house, you want to have a great local agent that really knows the area, knows the ins and outs, can bring you additional options off market. You want to really make sure you have your needs list, your wants list, and a general understanding of the area far before you're putting in offers on a home. You want to make sure you understand the risks, whether you're in the higher foothills that are high fire risk, whether you're closer to the coast for potential erosion risk, whether you're by a creek that could potentially have flooding issues. Insurance is something that's very important to understand, so working with a local, knowledgeable agent that understands the risks of each neighborhood and each property type is ultra important. And the last part is some neighborhoods have microclimates microclimates. You might not know this, but on the Mesa, the June gloom often sticks around a lot longer than maybe if you're up in the foothills. If you really need to have sunshine and you don't like to have any marine layer, maybe the Mesa isn't for you. Even though a couple different neighborhoods could only be 10 or 15 minutes away, it could have a different vibe, a different microclimate, and it could be a completely different feel for you. So you really want to make sure you know the ins and outs of what neighborhood you want to move to. So those are some of the basics of what you need to know before moving to Santa Barbara. I want to make this video to make sure that you don't make some of the mistakes that maybe other people have made. If you're serious about making the move to Santa Barbara, whether you're 3 months out or maybe a year plus out, we would love to help. My team and I really take pride in helping people move from all over the nation and beyond to this incredible town. So if you have individual questions, all of my information is right here in the description. I love having individual conversations and chatting with you guys from YouTube. I help a lot of people buy homes here in Santa Barbara that reach me from YouTube. And if you have a question that I didn't address in this video, I would love to make sure it gets answered. I so appreciate a thumbs up on this video and subscribing to the channel. If you're curious about more Santa Barbara related content, I have everything on my channel from my best places to eat, unique neighborhoods, pros and cons list, and a lot of really cool house tours, including multi-million-dollar mansion tours all around Santa Barbara. So if you're interested in that, go check it out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.